everybody. How are you? Hope you're having a good day. So, I have been busy around the house today, getting some laundry done, getting some housework done. And I did the tarot live yesterday, and I would like to issue some apologies. While I was doing the tarot live, I was told by several people that there was a buzzing sound and it was rather distracting, rather irritating. I'm really sorry, guys. I don't know what was causing it. I am working with another mic today. I hope that there is no buzzing sound. Maybe it was YouTube. I don't know. But it was an unpleasant experience for those coming into the tarot live. So I'm sorry, guys. I don't know what was going on. So, what is going on today? Well, Chantal did her 4.5 hour live yesterday where she was being very explicit, talking about bodily functions, talking about, vomit, poo, pooing all over the place when she was sick, uh, scooping the vomit out of the sink with the ladle and then putting it back. Oh, it was a lot. And you know what? I have this to say about her content. This is what I'm going to say. I'm looking at things from a different angle as far as her live stream. Something that I've known about Chantal for years. Chantal, I'm sure she took a look around at sites like, say, OnlyHands. And, she wanted to do adult content, perhaps. But Chantal does not like competition. And she knew that if she went on a site like OnlyHands, there'd be plenty of competition for, say, doing the Foodie stuff. So what did she decide to do? She decided to bring the adult content to YouTube where there would be almost no competition or very little competition. And then she could monetize her channel, make money from that, and cater to the Foodies, and they could see her almost for free. So on top of the Foodie fetish, she's catered to many different other fetishes as well. Off the top of my head, I can name quite a few that she has done that would be considered adult content. Let's see, during Cracked Olympics, she mentioned a lot about BDSM, talking about Natter being her dom and acting submissive and kind of doing role play on her channel. That would be considered adult content. And then there was the flashing. She would flash her bare bottom, her breasts, her vajayjay. Many times that happened. It happened so much that we practically got desensitized to it. But she liked to do the flashing. Then she did the exhibitionism. Also, like catering to the people that like to do party favors. What else? The Foodie content, of course. That's an adult fetish. I mean, just incorporating many different fetishes that are adult onto her channel. So Chantal, on the surface, it looks like a regular adult YouTube, a regular YouTube channel. But really what it is a fetish channel catering to adult fetishes. That's the people that she's catering to. And those are the ones that she's looking for. Why? Because guys who have those fetishes, they pay well. If that is a certain fetish, then if she caters to the fetish, whether on YouTube or off YouTube, they do pay well. So why am I bringing that up? Because of the 4.5 hour stream. She was going into detail about her bodily functions and losing control of her bodily functions. Is there a fetish for that? Yes, there absolutely is. And also, while I'm thinking about it, let's think back to all those times she was in the car and saying, I got to go to the bathroom, and nearly going in her pants and all that. There are guys that get into that too. I'm sorry to bring that up. I know it may be distasteful. I know it may be disgusting to some people, but I'm just illustrating like that's how she could subtly cater to somebody's fetish, somebody in the audience who wants to hear that, who maybe wants to see that, and, is saying, hey, can you do this on your live stream? That would really get me excited, and I'll throw you some cash. So in the 4.5 hour live stream, She went into all kinds of detail about this, that, and the other thing, about getting sick, the pooing and the vomiting, and for those that are on my channel, I'm just gonna let you know when we get to those parts, we're gonna fast forward through those parts. I don't really care to hear about that stuff. Mm-mm. No, I don't want to get sick. It's bad enough they got to go to Goose Chuck's freaking channel, and she throws pictures of Chantal at me. Goose Chuck, Goose Chuck, do you hear me, Goose Chuck? I love you, Goose Chuck, but you with those pictures. Anyway, so we're gonna get past all of the nasty stuff, and I did see the Chantal. She got kind of, snappy at people. That's the part that I'm here for. I'm not here for the food talk. I am not here for the poo talk. I am here for her getting spicy. Because if she gets spicy, then I'm going to get spicy. So she deleted her live stream. That's okay. We're going to do the Twitter peeps. While we're doing the Twitter peeps, thank you, Malarkey Meter, for capturing the deleted live and posting it on Twitter, because that's what I'm going to react to. So full credit to Malarkey Meter. You're awesome. You're a rock star. We're going to react to it there because it's off Chantal's channel. She got rid of it. I'm all right, though. I'm okay with it being off her channel. That's fine. I can still react to somebody else's copy and give them all the credit. So you guys know what time it is. It's time for the Twitter peeps. All right, it's time for those Twitter peeps. So let me just go ahead and share the screen. Where are we? Where we are where we need to be. All right, so for those of you that are on Twitter that you would like to follow me on Twitter, there's my handle, Wild Girl Sarah. And for those of you not on Twitter, that's why I do the peeps, so you guys can keep up with all this stuff without actually having to be there on the site. So let's start out with something fun, because this stream is going to be a lot. We need something fun. Kitty Cat Empire. Why can't it be me? So this cat's getting some scritches. And this other cat's being a hater. This cat's being a hater. The torty cat. Hater. Enigma 2025 says, just like closer to November, she then will say she's in bad shape again, worse than before, and doctor advises her to stay because she's too ill to fly. Kelly says, Foodie Beauty deleted her doo-doo live stream. If she's going back to Canada, why does she care so much about what she posts? Well, that could be because she's going to be a while. It's a lost place. And maybe there are people from the family watching her streams and taking note of things. And I'm sure the family's not going to be too thrilled if they hear that she allegedly, puked in the sink and then scooped it out with a ladle and then just put it back in the kitchen. Let me tell you something. If I live with somebody that even talked about doing something like that, they'd be on the street. So I'm sure somebody in the family said something to her and said, did this really happen? Are you sure? Why would you say something like this? And she got crap for it. Not literally, but you know what I mean. So like she got rid of it off her channel because she got in trouble somewhere, somehow. Fondue Spiteful Beach says her attitude was stank as heck. She was seething. Gee, I wonder why she was seething. We're going to find out. Foop Olympic says, wait, time out. Did Chantal put the soup ladle she used to scoop vomit out of the bathroom sink back in the kitchen? Yeah, that's just foul. That's just really, really foul. But that is something that Chantal would do. She really would. Yup says, dirty deleting again, Foodie. I wonder why. Ish Malarkey Meter says, here is Foodie Beauty's entire deleted stream. Hope the internet is better, where she describes her having to ladle her vomit out of the sink and wear Julia's pee pads as a diaper. Guess Salah still has some say what's allowed on her channel. You know it wasn't her choice. Perhaps. I mean, there has to be a reason why she deleted her stream. Now, I don't know exactly what happened. 4.5 hours. Free real estate for the reactors. Thanks, Foodie. We'll monetize it if you don't want to. And again, thank you again, Malarkey Meter. Cookie says, yeah, Foodie Beauty out here literally explaining someone else's story. None of this actually happened. Kristen says, Foodie Beauty describes how her illness affected her in the night. Brace yourselves. It's a lot. So before I even turn this video on, those of you on my channel, if you're eating something, please stop eating. Don't have anything in your mouth listening to this. I don't know how bad it is. I got a feeling, but I'm just warning you. If you're drinking something, if you're eating something, put it down now. Please. I'm going to play it. You were warned.
So I was going to the washroom diarrhea the first day of this flu. This is my second really bad stomach flu, okay? And I went about 25 times and it was just water, like water coming out of the back end. Megan, I don't know, I was desperate. So, but then I thought, okay, it slowed down a little bit.
Okay, I'm just going to point this out. If Chantal really had the stomach flu or food poisoning, anybody out there had food poisoning before or the stomach flu and it's really bad? I mean, it affects different people differently. With some, it's not so bad. Some, it's really bad. When it's really bad, you can't eat for days. You're lucky to get water down your throat. Other times you might get away with a little soup, some crackers, something bland, maybe some chicken broth. But usually you feel really weak. So she had this stomach bug, yet she was able to sit there and talk for 4.5 hours and sit there and talk about food. Let me tell you something. You have the stomach flu, you don't even want to think about food. Just the thought of food makes you nauseous. And yet she talked about food here. Yeah, I'm calling BS on all this.
I went to bed and I thought, I felt okay.
And the way she's talking, and somebody else pointed this out, and I'm sorry if I forget who pointed this out, but it does make sense. If Chantal were going to the bathroom like she's claiming, like 25 times, she would be dehydrated. She'd have to go to the hospital because she'd be losing too much fluid.
When I went to bed, I felt okay. Jake, I swear it was constant. I would get off the toilet. Hey, YouTube lover. I would walk up. I would get up and I felt like I had to go again. And it came out like water, like at least 20 times. I thought, this is bad. I'm going to have to go to the hospital.
So did you have the stomach flu, Foodie? Or is it because you are eating way too much food? Because even without the stomach flu, I remember back during Crackhead Olympics, you were eating so much that your body couldn't keep up with things coming in and things going out. I also remember you had a bit of a anxiety about having a bathroom nearby. You were very concerned about, where am I going to go to the toilet? Because you don't have a gallbladder. And yet you would eat greasy, oily food, which is going to do what? It's going to cause you to go to the bathroom within 10 minutes after eating food. Like your body's going to have a reaction to it. So is it the stomach bug, or you're just going ham on the food? You know what I think? And, it takes one to know one. Food addict in recovery, looking at you, food addict not in recovery. I bet that you're staying up at night and you're waiting for other people to go to bed so you can sneak eat. Tell me I'm wrong, Foodie. Tell me I'm wrong. That you stay up till 2 a.m, 3 a.m, so you can have B moments, quiet, uninterrupted. And that's when you eat the most. Like you'll eat some during the day, but you're not comfortable having your B moments where there are other people around. You like having them in a quiet space, in a private space where you can eat what you want and nobody's looking at you. You're a night owl. You like to stay up. But I believe part of the night owl routine is eating, 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 eating as much as you can until about 4 or 5 in the morning. And then you go to bed and you sleep all day and you sleep during the hours when the family is around you. So, based on what you're saying right here, and I'm not a doctor, I'm not trying to diagnose you. I think you've been having some massive, massive, massive B moments, eating everything inside and outside the house. And that's what your body can't keep up. That's why you're going to the bathroom so much. Like you're eating greasy food, oily food, potato chips, whatever you want. Like you're just dumping in so many things, your body is freaking out. It just can't keep up. You getting sick to your stomach is always related to eating too much food.
So, what happened was I felt okay. I didn't feel nauseous or like I had to throw up at all. Okay, I go to bed. I wake up at like 4 a.m. by the feeling of like nausea, like my mouth watering, like, oh my gosh, am I gonna throw up? And actually, what woke me up was.
And before she even says anything, I mean, I was halfway listening to this, and my first thought was, why does she have to tell us these things? Why do we have to know? Why do we even have to know in detail about if she vomited or if she had diarrhea? Why do other people need to know this? They don't really need to know. Or you can just keep it simple and say, yeah, I had this stomach bug and I vomited and I had diarrhea, the end. You don't need to stretch that out into like a 20-minute story.
Leaking from my backside, like onto the bed. Like it just came.
Okay, this is the part where it's like, ding, 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 ding. You're catering to somebody with a fetish in the audience. You're giving all this detail. Somebody was asking for all this detail. Explain it to me, Chantal. Detail it for me. I'll throw you some cash. You've got some freaky guys in your audience, Chantal. And some of them may have like a poo fetish or mess fetish or something. And it's obvious you were catering to them right here.
Came out. It was so watery that it just came out on the bed. Like I had no control of my bowels. And then I thought, oh my gosh, I jump up. Yeah, I know, it's disgusting. Fuck, I was so sick. Yep, on the bed.
How much did you get paid to tell this story, Chantal? What fetish guy paid you and how much did they pay you?
Scary turd. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna throw up. I had to get my CPAP off. It was jammed. The hose was jammed in the mask. Hey everyone. I didn't get any on Solano. It might have been E. coli, I don't know. I was leaking diarrhea.
See how she's going into detail? And this, ladies and gentlemen, is why I'm skipping past the nasty parts. Because this is not her relating an experience. This is her telling a story and embellishing the story for somebody out there for a reason. And whatever the reason is, I don't want to know because I don't have that fetish and neither do y'all.
Actually, he was sleeping because I was sick. He took his, the mattress in the spare room. It's like a small mattress, and he put it on the ground below, or like beside my bed. I dashed, but you know how the bathroom is super, 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 super far away? There's like a sink in the hallway right before the bathroom. I thought, oh my gosh, I'm not going to make it. And I'm thinking in my head, do I barf on the floor? Or anyway, I end up throwing projectile into the sink. It goes everywhere.
Why didn't you go outside?
Sorry, this is disgusting. At the same time, because my stool was just water, all I hear is psst, like I'm peeing on the floor. Oh my God. And when I tell you, like, the amount of throw up was like insane. It was like the whole sink was full, and I'm just like, how? Like, how is this coming out of my body?
You know what? We're not going to go any further, y'all. You guys get the gist of how bad this was. Either Chantal was catering to a fetish guy or she was looking to gross people out. Like, she was maybe giggling on the inside. I'm going to tell these stories, these made up stories, and gross people out. Or maybe it was a little bit of both. I don't know. Nigma 2025 says she got sick from eating 1 kilo of kebabs and bad olives. Did she? Let's watch.
Ooh. Okay, I ate like half a kilo of kebabs, but I always eat half a kilo. So, anyways, then I ate those olives that smelled terrible. I think they were bad. So, so I was going to the washroom, diarrhea.
Okay, you know what? Again, I don't care. I don't care for the diarrhea talk. We're moving on now. We're moving on. Nature is Amazing said, "This is what I came to the internet for." Oh no, what's this? Well, that's something you don't see every day. A rooster listening to classical music. I'm here for it. It's hip. It's happening. It's now. It's awesome. Roggy Doggy Cat says, "I never raw dog Foodie Beauty. Here's a clip of Chantal admitting that she not only let Julia outside, but that she got her from the streets." Clip from Falafel Reacts. Credit to Falafel Reacts. Also, who gets excited about espresso while dealing with food poisoning? Who indeed? You know what? I'll say my thoughts. I'll let Falafel go first. Let's hear what she's got to say, because I got something to say already.
Oh, espresso Italian. Your cat's an indoor cat? Yeah, Julia is mostly too. If I let her out, she's supervised, like in a way, like I don't just let her go for hours but some cats, especially if you've adopted it, if you've rescued a cat from the street, they're always going to want to go out.
Bam. If you rescue a cat from the street, they always want to go out. But didn't she give us this story that she got Julia from a friend of a friend when we've all known that she was a street cat? So rule number 1, Chantal lies.
And then as an owner, a new owner, you feel like, am I being cruel? Should the cat go out? You know, or it will drive you nuts because it wants to go out. So yeah. You never leave your porch. That's so cute.
Chantal, you expect us to believe you.
And another thing, and thank you, Falafel Reacts. You're very lovely. So the fact that Chantal's getting excited over espresso after a stomach bug, that's one thing you don't want on your stomach when you just had a stomach bug or food poisoning. You don't want to put acid on your stomach. You know, coffee can be very acidic and very tough on the stomach. Some people are very sensitive just to a regular cup of coffee without being sick. But here she is. She was so sick that she had diarrhea and she was vomiting, and she's excited to talk about coffee. Rule number 1, Chantal lies. Fondue Spiteful Beach says, "Foodie Beauty, while I believe Chantal is absolutely crapping herself daily, that whole story was made up because she has nothing to talk about. It's giving me, let me distract everyone after fleecing you idiots for $4,000. Look over here. Go F yourself, con artist." Yeah, I'm getting the same vibe, Fondue. She just took $4,000 from her Beezers. And she said she was leaving in October. Now she's saying that she's leaving in November. So all this talk about, I'm going home, I'm going home, I'm going home, yet she's not going home. And I'll bet any amount of money that money she got from PayPal, all gone. All of it. She spent it somewhere, but it's all gone. She's back to being broke. But the Beezers, of course, are not going to call her out for it. Florida Salt and Sass says she's too sick to go to the doctors. LOL. That's like saying you won't take your car to the mechanic, because it's not working, or you can't put your laundry in the washer because it's dirty. That's what it's there for. Yeah, it makes no sense. Everybody lean in and thank you, Enigma 2025, for posting this. Enigma 2025 posted this old clip of Foodie back when she was in the Canadian. Is it the Canadian Villa? No, this was when she was with BB. This is during the BB era. Enigma 2025 says, so she reused that story before, but this time she changed it to fit her narrative. So let's blow this up. And it looks like this was also posted on Kiwi Farm. So credit to the farms. Okay, so here she is. You can see the background is different. All right, let's watch the clip.
Poop, Chantal. No, I didn't. I would get mad and be defensive, you know. But one day, I clogged the toilet. It wouldn't flush. It overflowed. So everything went everywhere. And he had to clean it up. I offered to. He was kind of a dick in general. So he acted like he was grossed out, which is why I don't like pooping in front of my boyfriends, because sometimes they act like girls don't poop. Like, whatever. But he was just like, no, just go sit down, you know. I was like, so mortified.
You know, I have to wonder seriously if Chantal has a poo fetish herself. I know that Salah has one, confirmed. But Chantal's given so many indicators. I think she actually has a poo fetish. I mean, let's look at the indicators here. She's always talking about her bowel movements. She's always going to tell people about when she poops, how much comes out, the fact that she has to use a bidet to clean herself. She has this weird fascination for bathrooms, even public bathrooms. She's got a weird fascination for showing bathrooms, public restrooms, the outhouse. I think she's got a poo fetish. I don't know the specifics of it, and I don't want to know, but I think she and Salah have that in common. She just feels it's important to tell people about her bowel movements and how things came out and what she used to wipe with. Enigma 2025 says she used Julia's pee pads as a diaper. Why doesn't Julia have a litter box? This is why Julia uses her house as a litter box, because she doesn't have a proper area designated for that. So let's watch the clip.
It's so fucking disgusting. I had to tell you because it's like a horror story. And I felt so sick, guys, at that moment that diaper, yeah. Well, I did. I made a makeshift diaper to go to bed. I thought, I'm going to clean this in the morning. So I put a towel over the sink. And then
So like she allegedly vomited into the sink. She did not clean it up. She just put a towel over the sink. And she and Salah don't live in that house alone. They're family members. She's so nasty.
Put like a towel over the stuff on the ground. And I went in the shower quick and like cleaned up.
So you cleaned yourself up, but you didn't clean up the areas in the house that you messed up.
And then
That's nice. Real good house guest you are.
I put some things, around so that like Julia's pee pad, like.
Is she borrowing that from Amberlynn? I know that Amberlynn had Twinkie using pee pads. Since when does Julia use pee pads?
I put one, where, around there, so that if that happened again in the night.
So you're using Julia's pee pads as a diaper. What's poor Julia gonna do her business on?
But like, it's not my fault because I don't feel it. It just comes out. Like, that's how sick I was. So.
By the way, Chantal, just something of note for you. I have heard that you can get nerve damage in your, say, your rectal area, and it can lead to bowel problems because of diabetes. That's just what I've heard. You know, like you're sitting there eating and eating and eating and eating, and you have no gallbladder, and your body is just, it's worn out. You've wore it out, girl.
I was okay. And then today, I was dreading. I was like, sorry, it's so gross, but this is not the worst part.
You know what? I don't want to hear the worst part. We're going to get past the worst part. Thank you very much, and goodbye. Fondue Spiteful Beach says, Foodie Beauty, so this rage at reactors is definitely not a distraction from the fact she still hasn't gone to the doctor and she stole Beezer's 4K. Right. Yeah, it's all deflect, deflect, deflect. You know what, Chantal? You missed your calling when you were young. You should have been a ballerina, the way you're able to pivot out of corners the way you do. Girl, you would have been a world star. Let's see. Bad C said, Foodie Beauty, she let it slip. She's leaving in November. Yep, so it's been pushed back again. We went from I'm leaving in October to now we're leaving in November. She just keeps pushing back the timeline. What else we got here? Crochet with Ashmay says, she just put a towel over it. If you were well enough to go back to bed and not go to the hospital, you were well enough to clean up after yourself. There are children in that house, man, right? There are children. There are other adults. At least wake up early enough to clean up the mess before the family notices or they have to encounter it. I mean, my goodness. If it even happened at all, I have my doubts. I really do have my doubts, because I'll tell you what, if I were a family member walking up on that, I'd be waking up the person responsible and saying, you got to go. That's just nasty. You're fouling up my house. You got to go. This is disrespectful. I don't care if you're sick. I understand that you're sick, but you are being disrespectful while you're sick, and that ain't allowed here. Goodbye. What else we got here? Oh, Mrs. Flupa Booty says the bankruptcy trustee going through her inbox now that she's back from vacation. So Chantal has a bankruptcy trustee, Natalie. And I'm sure Natalie is going through some things because she's back from vacation. I'm sure she's got her work cut out for her. Poor thing. She's probably coming back from vacation going, what the heck? What in the heck? All right. This is for Goose Chuck. You know what, Goose Chuck? You're into showing me like Foodie's pictures. I'm going to show you something nice since you love horses. Sorry about that. So here you go, Goose Chuck. This beautiful horse running on the beach. This is for you, Goose Chuck, because I know how much you love horses. I love horses too. They're beautiful. But this beautiful, majestic boy running along the sand, free as can be. Ooh, other horses. He's pretty. He's so pretty. So that was for everybody, and also for Goose Chuck. And stop showing me pictures, Goose Chuck. You're not funny. All right, now I want to introduce you. Like, you guys know I love funny animals, entertaining animals. Please allow me to introduce you, if you don't already know, to this beautiful cockatoo by the name of Pebble. And the man in the video, his name is Kelly. Now, before anything says anything to Kelly, like, I have been subscribed to Pebble, the cockatoo, and Kelly for the longest. I've known about them for the longest. And Pebble was actually rescued by Kelly. Was in a household, I believe it was a teenager or something that did a lot of cursing. But Pebble quickly bonded to Kelly, and Pebble is hilarious. And this video that Kelly put together is all about like why birds should not be put in rounded cages. Like they feel very secure in square cages where they can hold on better, but like a round cage, it's not the best for a bird. So that was the purpose of a video. Was Kelly was saying like this is what you should do with a round cage, get rid of it. And Pebble is going to give her thoughts. So tell us all about Pebble. And this is courtesy of the TikTok account Smiley Z Cyrus, but this is also courtesy of the channel on YouTube, Pebble the Cockatoo.
I think we got it. I think we got it, Pebble. We got it. That's the best thing that's ever happened. Oh, you don't like those cages either, hey? That's what it needs. Another one. These cages shouldn't even be in production, right?
You know, I would love to play the whole clip, but you guys get the point. Pebble speaks her mind. She sure does. And again, Kelly does not abuse Pebble. Pebble was a rescue from another home. Kelly took Pebble in. They're very, very bonded. Pebble loves Kelly. And this is an older clip of Pebble. And I think Pebble has calmed down now with the language. But when Pebble first arrived, she was quite spicy. But I just want to show that to you. You know, Pebble, you could be like a Foodie Beauty reactor and probably have a successful channel talking like that. All right. What else we got here? So interesting things. These cats were put in separate cages because they kept fighting. Well, they found a way to keep fighting. All right. That's it for the Twitter peeps. That didn't take us too terribly long. But let's get on with, oh, no, what am I doing? I'm stupid. I'm sorry. I forgot that the live was on Twitter. We're going to go back. Sorry. So I'm just, habit. So again, full credit to Malarkey Meter. We're going to blow this up. There's going to be no chat with this. And when she starts to get gross, I'm just going to scoot ahead. I don't even know how much I'm going to capture of this tonight. And if I cut out big portions, y'all don't yell at me. I'm doing it for my good and for your good too. Okay. You don't want to be too nauseous tonight. So, but there she is.
Because I don't know, it just always has pot roast and sounding better. But it's on the internet, so I don't blame people for doing it. But everything about me was funny. He started off hating me, and then I think he kind of likes watching me now. Hallway right before the bathroom. I thought, oh my gosh, I'm not going to make it.
Okay, like she's talking about all this gross stuff. We're getting ahead. That like there's 4.5 hours of her live. It's okay if I cut out big old portions. There's still going to be plenty left. I ain't got no problem with that.
Nursing me. Ladle, and I boiled.
Nope. We're not talking about all this nonsense. Goodbye.
Because that sink, things don't go down it easy. Do you want the ladle? Scary. Now people are going to feel. Yeah.
So for those that are wondering, what are we missing? She's talking about her having diarrhea coming out on one end and vomit on the other end. The end. That's all you need to know.
Thanks, potted meat. No. Time for a commode. I put a bag because the key is when it comes out both ends.
No.
Yeah, exactly. They probably have cameras. Why do people like Halloween? It's like comforting and spooky and fun, and there's candy and I don't know. You have to like spooky things, Asteria. Hey, Marilla. No news yet. I've been like doing like a 9 to 5 trying to apply for places.
Yeah, well, yes and no. I think you're trying to apply for places in one specific area. I think you are looking for places that resemble the villa, because you feel that's what you deserve, that even though you chose to give up the villa with Pete's and give up all your stuff, you were the idiot that moved to Kuwait to chase a man that did not want you and then chase him again to Syria rather than stay where you are. You feel entitled to have back the villa and the villa life. You think it's your right to have it back, but it's not. Because let's be real, that villa really wasn't yours to begin with. That villa was in Pete's name. Your name was never on the lease. And before that, you lived with BB. And all the time that I've known you on YouTube, I have never known you to have a place in your name where you're on the lease. You're always living with other people. So what you're longing for wasn't really yours to start with. True, you did pay the rent. True, you paid the bills, but your name wasn't on the lease. So longing for something that was never yours to begin with.
Oh, a squatter. We do have a squat toilet. But we also have a normal toilet, and I never use the squat toilet. My knees are bad, especially from falling the other day. My knees hurt. I don't know why.
So she fell again?
Thanks.
Why are you falling so much? You're getting sick. You're falling. If I work at Salah, I'd be concerned.
Marilla. Some kind of other system. Yeah, we have like a squat toilet and then a normal toilet. Oh my gosh, Heidi. You have a lemon tree? That's cool. A lot of people have lemon trees here too. Apparently it's supposed to be the better way, but when you're like, you have knee problems, it's not. I don't know how people, like, you know when you just want to relax and like be on the toilet for like a little while?
There she goes. Like, why do we need to know this? You know how you just like when I want to relax and be on the toilet for a while? Like, who is this for, Foodie? Is this, it's not for your audience. It's for somebody in your audience, isn't it?
Like, how is that comfortable squatting that long? You just have to kind of hope it just comes out right away. Yes, I saw Lights Out, Teardrop. It's a James Wan movie, isn't it? Not fat. Thanks, Yaya. We don't order pizzas all day. Okay, yes, actually we do, but actually I asked for a pizza for tomorrow. I hope I can stomach it.
So she just, according to her, she had severe stomach flu and she wants a pizza tomorrow. So I'm calling BS on the stomach flu because pizza is greasy. And if your stomach is still on the mend, the last thing you want to put in it is something greasy. Nope.
That's demented. It is really demented. The whale is sad. Why couldn't they just get a fat person to play the role like they did on What's Eating Gilbert Grape? People in trailer parks that don't have good credit.
Oh, she's talking about people in trailer parks. I'm all ears. What'd you say? Say it again.
Really, Marilla? If it's as cheesy as the last one. Oh, yeah. No, he didn't gain the weight. He didn't put on 400 pounds. I have not seen Parasite. Is it good? We're watching Squid Game together. I know, but there's got to be an obese actor out there. I know, Gilbert Grape, I love it. Yeah, scrape, exactly. Making it from scratch? Making what, Em? Pizza? Yeah, Squid Game. Season 3 sucks? Oh no. Dark. And there was like a door that had like a hole, a big hole, and there was all these people come to wash their hands, and I thought, oh my god, they're gonna see me. Nope, no apartments yet.
Yeah, well, look for something within your price range. And stop looking in expensive areas where you're never going to find an apartment, like Montreal. Stop looking in Montreal, Foodie. You know you're looking at Montreal. You know that you're looking for a place where Natter lives. Probably near Dee Dee's apartment. You're not going to find something in Montreal. Montreal is not a cheap place to live. What are you looking for? A place with like $1,000 rent? You're not going to find a place in $1,000 rent in Montreal. Quit it. Stop that. You're not looking in Cornwall. You're not looking in Ottawa. You're looking in Montreal, aren't you? And all that money that you got through PayPal from your Beezers, that's gone. And I know you're going to be ticked off at me for saying this, but I'm going to say it anyway. Because I know some of your Beezers come over here, and it's okay. It's all right if they come here. You're not going to like the things I'm about to say, because I'm going to plant some seeds in their minds. Just some thoughts. Beezers, those of you that have given money to Foodie, she came to you and she said, I want to go home and I want to set up housekeeping. I want to get a place. I want to get an apartment. I want to furnish the apartment. I need money for first and last month's rent, blah, blah, blah. I need money from my bankruptcy. I need thousands of dollars. I need 10K. She's coming to all of you and she's treating you like investors. You are investing in Chantal, in her future, in her life. She's asking you to invest in her life. So, as with any business, if you are an investor in a business, if you plan on investing your funds into a business, any investor would be asking questions. Well, what exactly are you going to be spending the money on? Can you give us a PowerPoint presentation? Can you show us some receipts? Can you outline the cost of where our money is going to be going? Can you outline how much you're putting into the business? What is your share of this business that you're asking us to invest in? If somebody's asking for your money, you have the right to say, well, since you want the money, you need a really great presentation and you need a really great reason. And if we have questions as investors, then you, as the person wanting the money, you should be able to answer our questions with no problem. And if Chantal cannot answer your questions, should you be investing in her life? Should you be treating her like a business and investing your funds in it? If it doesn't look good, if things don't make sense, probably not. Unless you're one of those people that you're like, hey, I'll just toss my money down. I don't care to get anything back. It doesn't matter. If that's the attitude, fine. Okay. But Chantal's treating all of you Beezers like a bank, like she's sitting at the table with all of you and treating you like investors and saying, invest in me. Invest in my life. Help me go back to Canada. I want you to invest in me, and the return is going to be great content. Beezers, you shouldn't have to pay for great content. She's a YouTuber. She should just do great content because that's what she's supposed to do. You shouldn't have to pay for it. She chose her content long ago. That means she should absorb all of the cost of that content. She should be the one concerned for that content. Just entertaining people, and whatever she makes is what she makes. But she actually has the big fupa balls to say, even though I'm a 100K channel and I should have plenty of money, I'm so broke, I need your money. So since she's treating you like investors in her business, then act like investors and ask questions. And if you don't get good answers, then maybe not throw your money down.
an apartment. What about moving to the States in like a trailer? I'm not even kidding. I'm sure a trailer park manager will accept me. Because I'm sure there's people in trailer parks that don't have good credit. And anyway, then I can eat like...
Chantal, I got news for you. Like, there are mobile home parks and there are trailer parks, but you still got to pay the lot rent. Then the lot rent may be lower than, say, regular rent in, say, a regular apartment. You still got to pay the lot rent. And on top of the lot rent, which is like renting the space, like the ground, you got to pay for the trailer. You don't know the first thing about living in a trailer. And you wouldn't live in a trailer anyway. It would, if you won't even consider an extended stay motel, which ain't that bad. I mean, some of them are pretty doggone nice. You're sure as heck are not going to go into a mobile home or a trailer.
You guys have really good junk food. And more Walmarts. I saw a clip of the...
Wait a minute, what? What'd you say? Say that again.
Not fat. Thanks, yeah. We don't order pizzas all day. Okay, yes, actually we do, but... Park. And there was like a door that had like a hole, a big...
Shut up.
I saw a clip of the Charlie Hummer guy. And, oh my gosh. The acting. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Are you spraying freezing water on your butt? No, most of the bidets here have a hot...
Like, again, she's bringing up her bodily functions. Don't care.
But he probably won't even make like $2,000 a month. And that's what the rent is. So the landlord will be like, you know... I don't know how much he makes, because he hasn't told me how much he makes, but...
Is he talking about Pete's? Let's go back.
I can't. I'm trying to think. Just because it will remind me of Salah. Yeah, maybe they'll deport me back to Canada anyway. Tornadoes. No. Albania? We need you here in Canada.
Yeah. Would you guys be okay if I speed her up? Like, I don't know if she took something, a pill, shisha, something. Like, she is just, girl, you know, get some coffee or something. Good Lord.
Yeah, maybe I'll just like get a car and then live in it.
Sure, you're going to really live in a car. You have problems paying rent. Where are you going to get a car? You're going to ask your Beezers to buy a car for you? Pay for the tag and the insurance and put gas in it? Is that what you're going to do?
You thought it was pretty accurate, Lan? Some things, yeah. You want to move to Mexico? What? Crazy, Heidi. I've been to Thailand, Rennie. I love Thailand. It's just it will remind me of Salah. Nina. It didn't go through to the mattress. Just the
we're going on this about it again? You sat there for 30 minutes talking about your bodily functions and what happened, and we're bringing it up again? We don't care. I don't care over here. Go away with all that. That's gross. Ah! Circle of death.
Yeah. I think it's not just the credit thing. I think it's Just I have a weird job, you know. No. Go to Amber's house, make bank. No, I want to settle in my own house.
Well, you're not going to get your own house. And you're probably not going to get your own apartment. Baby steps, Chantal. You put yourself in the predicament that you're in by hopping from guy to guy and from house to house and other people's name on the lease and not having your name on a lease in several years and having a bankruptcy. You put yourself in the corner that you're in. I mean, switch the table around. If you were a landlord looking at someone like you, would you rent to them? No, you wouldn't. You absolutely would not. You'd be like, this person's got a bankruptcy on their record. They don't have much money. No rental history for several years. What do I have to feel confident about? Nothing.
Pal. What the hell? I'm sure you see it a lot. That's the downside of marriage. Goral content house? Yeah, but who would be in it? Just me and Amberlynn? We're the only Gorals. Or no? Yeah, I remember watching a YouTuber who was having trouble with that too. When I was self-employed, yeah, you have to give them a lot when you're exactly. I don't think it would be as exciting as you guys think. I mean, we get along with each other, so. I mean, we could scooter bees together in Walmart.
Doubt that. The last time you tried to do like a scooter bees, that poor scooter almost gave up the ghost right then and there.
Sprinkle. Really? Oh, hi, Breezes. Did I miss? Hey, April. I can only go 6 miles per hour on that bad boy.
Okay, you know what? Like her blah, 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 blah. I'm not interested in that. When does she start to rage at people? I'm here for that. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to keep it 100. I'm here for her raging at people. That's when she's the most interesting. As sad as it is, that I'm just keeping it 100. That's when she's the most interesting. Not when she's talking about subjects that I really don't care much about. So when does that start to happen? Let me just see.
Hexy. Oh. Salah, yeah. Yeah, they have no scooters. And you know what? Honestly, if a dude doesn't want me for whatever reason, if he didn't love me, just because I can't walk, then he can fuck off. I don't care. There's always someone who will want you, you know?
Not always. You've always relied on the fact that you had money to lure people into your sticky web of lies, but you're running out of money. Your major fishing hook is now broken. And now that it's broken, you can't get any more fish.
Yeah. It doesn't matter if it was ended years before. Nobody officially ended it. He always wanted to be intimate. I never wanted to.
Sure you didn't.
Like, it's like you're trying so hard, Sunray, to be like, you're undesirable, nobody wants you, but you're just a loser. Goodbye.
Oops, she's getting spicy. Oh, I think we have arrived. Come on, Chantal, bring it on.
Get the fuck out of here.
Ooh.
Sit and spin.
Yes, girl, get mad. Let out that frustration. Let the hate flow through you. Do it, girl.
What made you fall out of love? I don't know. No walking don't mean no fucking. Right? Like, people are so stupid. It's no one's business anyways. Yeah, it just happens. Like, I don't know. Hey, Lurking here.
There was no falling out of love between her and Salah. There was no love there to begin with. You got to be in love at first to fall out of it.
The first part of our relationship for years was off of YouTube with BB and I, so relationships change all the time. And we just...
Oh, she's talking about BB?
Yeah. Somebody, and whenever there's a breakup, one person usually initiates it.
Yeah, and why don't you tell your audience what you did to poor BB? Why don't you tell them? You're gonna leave that part out? You know, locals always paint themselves the victim. She's a narcissist, Chantal. In every story, she's either the hero or the victim or both at the same time. But she's always got to walk out with her head held high, right? Got to be in the power position. Why don't you tell your people what you did to poor BB? He was a good man. He didn't ask for much. You lived up in his house. You weren't working. You were living off of BB at the time that you were starting your YouTube. You weren't cleaning. You were hiding pizza boxes in the house and in the closet, which caused a roach infestation. So there was that. And then you cheated on BB. Like you did him so much wrong. So was it any wonder that he broke up with you? You were not being a good girlfriend.
It's not that easy, though. It's not like I just came up to Salah one day and said, you know what? I don't want to be with you anymore. No. It's like I said, it's nothing to do with me not loving him or being in love or anything. I didn't fall out of love with Salah. You have always said that, even about your weight. If he or anyone else can't accept you, then they can F off. That's been since day one. Exactly. Yep. I'm not going to apologize.
So I think I know where you're going with this, Chantal. I think I know what you're trying to set up. You might be trying to set up that Salah doesn't want to be with you because of your size. What about all your other attributes? The things that are wrong with you? I'm going to say it, and I'm not going to be sarcastic, and I'm not going to be mean. You, ma'am, I feel are very mentally unwell. I believe you have a great deal of mental illness, some that may be diagnosed, some that may be undiagnosed and untreated. You certainly have addiction problems, which are also unchecked and untreated. You got a host of issues. You are possessive, you are jealous, you're clingy, you're controlling, you're manipulative. When you want to get your way, you will threaten, you will blackmail. You're just an evil witch. But beyond the evil witch part, putting the evil witch part aside, you have a great deal of mental illness. And I think you know, but you don't care about your mental illness. And you don't care if being mentally unwell is detrimental to everybody around you. But you're trying to put this spin on it ahead of time that it was because of my weight. No, I don't think your weight is at the top of the list. There's a lot of other things going on, but you don't want to acknowledge those things. You don't want to say, there's a lot wrong with me. Maybe I need to fix it. Maybe all of these things inside of me, I'm hurting other people. And that's the reason why they run away. That's the reason why they get away from me, because they just reach their limit and they can't go any higher. You're a hurtful person. You're a hurt person, but you're hurting other people, Foodie.
For if you don't exactly, but no, it's not. We're I've already said it. I don't know. You know what? I don't even know why I bother even explaining. People want an explanation and want me to be open about something, but then they don't fucking believe it anyway. So what's the point of me wasting my breath? You know what I mean? No. I'll literally say one thing and they'll say another. So, goodbye. We're both thin and beautiful. Yeah, I know, but it has nothing to do with that. Love is not... Okay, physical attraction matters, but when I first met BB, I was not attracted to him physically at all, and he grew on me.
He grew on you? What?
Hey, Loretta.
Or maybe he didn't grow on you. Maybe you looked at BB the way you look at everybody else in your life, and you said to yourself, this man is hardworking. He will go out. He will work. He'll make money. He's got a home. He's stable. He's solid. He's secure. Maybe I'll be with him out of comfort and security rather than love.
And like Salah and I, obviously, like, you know, I had my wigs and stuff, but he still thought I was very beautiful. He knew I was fat, and then he investigated my whole channel.
Yeah. Interesting about that. When you were coming to the airport, later on, Salah came forward and said that you lied about how big you were. And he said that you were a lot shorter than what you said, which pretty much confirmed to what I thought. That the entire time that you were talking to Salah, he never saw you without filters. So he didn't get a good look at you until you were coming through that airport.
And then we bonded, like we talked like almost 24/7 on video. And we just like like just the way we were with each other, like talking and spending time together.
You know what I think? I think, Chantal, that, you know, you are not without your awareness. I think you're aware that there are, you know, romance scammers out there that look for women such as yourself who are lonely, wanting love. You know that women like yourself get targeted. And you know about these men that are running around with silver tongues. They'll say whatever it is they need to say to get money out of women, and then they run away with the money. And I think what you did is that you turned the tables on the romance scammer. You wanted to make sure that you had him on lock before you revealed what you really look like. You wanted to put Salah in a position where he couldn't run away. That's why you gave up the villa and pizza and everything, and you went running to Kuwait as fast as you could. So he couldn't get rid of you. What is that you said before? I just have to get into his house. That's the plan, to get into the house, to establish yourself, to make a nest, because once you make a nest, it's impossible for a guy to get rid of you unless he forces you out. So you gave up everything so that there'd be no way back. That if Salah wanted to send you back, you could say, well, I gave up everything for you. I have to stay with you. You made sure that there was no way back. That even if he wanted to reject you and send you home, he couldn't. Manipulative.
Emotional stability is just as important as financial stability, yeah. He used to like drive to work and I would be on video call. And
I mean, like I said, it takes two to tango. There were two people doing wrong here. It's not just one. Salah was out there romance scamming, and he ran into Foodie. Maybe he looked at her and thought she was an easy target. And boy, was he wrong. And there are two adults here. Either one could have said no and cut things off, and they didn't. So they both have a share of wrong here. Like, this whole thing has gone on way too long. And either one of them at any time could have said no.
oh. So yeah, I mean, who cares? Yeah, people just want to believe that Salah is attracted to conventionally beautiful women. I mean, of course, most men will look at other women and be like, probably think, oh, they're hot. Like, you know, who doesn't? Like, every woman too sees a hot man and they think that. It's like, we're humans, you know?
You know what, Chantal? There's nothing wrong with big, beautiful queens or kings. I've seen some stunning, absolutely stunning, big, beautiful queens with the curves. Yes, ma'am, I have. And they carry themselves so well. And they're so well spoken. They're sensual goddesses. You're not that. You're not that. And I'm going to say something else, and I hope that people take this the way that I intend. This is not to offend. There are people in the world that are fat phobic. that are fat shamers, that they see someone of a bigger size, and without knowing the person's story or knowing who the person is, they judge them based on their size. Yes, those people are in the world. They are hateful and they're mean. But there's a lot of people who think that if you're big, that means you are dirty and smelly and you don't bathe and you're gross and you stink. That is the hateful view of those of a bigger size. And Chantal could be on her channel and break down that stereotype if she wanted to, but she's doing everything in the world to back it up. And the unfortunate thing is, there's lots of people in the world who are big that are not that way, that are not part of that hateful stereotype. But she embodies all of the hateful thoughts and feelings of those who look at somebody who's big and say, like, they think all kinds of negative things about them. Like she's not, she accuses people of fat phobia and fat shaming, and yet she's giving more fuel and putting it on the fire of those who are fat shamers and those who are fat phobic by just being so negative and nasty and gross.
But over like 3 years, you built something with that person. Yeah, I'm okay, Loretta. So, yeah, there's different reasons for this. It's just necessary. Like, I don't know. Just not working out. You know, I don't want to stay here, and he doesn't want to come to Canada, so he's tired of the YouTube life.
Yeah, it was never him to begin with. And I picked up with that in another reading. Like the YouTube thing is your thing, Chantal. Salah doesn't live on YouTube. It's not his entire life. It's not his world. It's your world. You live through a black screen on your phone. He lives by being around his family and being part of a community and having a family. So your priorities are different. What makes you happy doesn't make him happy.
He wants to just like build a life here. There's just many things.
So you're very different people, but you knew that the moment that you met him and you didn't care.
So Beanie, I think it's a God blessing that he didn't come to Canada when we were in Kuwait. Thanks, part of me.
You didn't want him in Canada. Salah in Canada, set loose. You'd never see him again.
I can talk to God about that. Yeah, but I don't know if we are meant to be together, then nothing will break us up, right? If you know. But thanks, Hidden. I swear people think that people can't be attracted to someone that doesn't fit their bullshit standards. I know. And the funny thing,
I'm going to stop you there, Foodie. Because let's be real. This whole thing, the last 3 years, it's been all about giving a middle finger to Natter, hasn't it? I mean, let's rewind the tape a bit. You were with Natter. You were obsessed with Natter. You actually got on camera and said, I am addicted to this man. You said that. I'm addicted to Natter. And we all know how you are with your addictions. You don't get over them. You're not in recovery for your addictions. The addictions always continue, but you did say that. So you were addicted to Natter because I feel Natter was the first man in your life that ever stood up to you, that you couldn't just control and manipulate. And that fascinated you. To find someone as bullheaded and stubborn and hot-tempered as you, and you were dog determined to control him by whatever means necessary, whether it was money or threats or blackmail or going to the cops. You like playing those little toxic games with Natter to see who won that day. It was like a continuous tennis game between you both, and you found it exciting. But you tried so hard with money to control him. And after about a year, you couldn't. He moved in with Dee Dee. Game over. So what did you do? You wanted to flip a middle finger at him. Immediately, you got with Salah. There's a name for that, you know. It's called rebound. So you rebounded over to Salah. And I feel that was your way of saying to Natter, F you. I'm going to find a younger, more attractive man than you. I'm going to give him all my money. I'm going to help him out with his YouTube channel. We're going to build something together. That was a get back. You were getting back at Natter, but in a weird way, also try to get him back. You were trying to elicit an emotional response from somebody who had no emotions for you. He didn't love you. He wasn't bonded to you. But you wanted an emotional response as validation that he actually cared. Yet when you did not get what you wanted, because he was still with Dee Dee, because you carried on with this whole thing on the YouTube stage, you had to keep it going to keep from getting embarrassed with YouTube. So you kept it going and kept it going and kept it going. I also think there's a part of you that you want to know what it's like to be married. And since you can't find a real husband, you hired someone to play the part of your husband on YouTube, a paid actor. And that was Salah's job, was being a paid actor and acting like a husband, but he never really was. You were just playing house in front of a camera. And now the contract is over. And where are we now? Where are you? You're a whole lot poorer than you used to be. And despite the fact you got a 100K channel, you're making less money. Your health sucks. You probably need a hospital or inpatient care. Like, what exactly did you win? Like, what good came from this? No good came from this. All out of pride, Foodie. Pride. Your pride. It was like preserving your pride. Your ego. Ooh, it got it. Your ego has made things very expensive for you. It's still making things expensive. You still won't go an extended stay. You can swallow big mouthfuls of spaghetti, but you can't swallow your pride. It's too big a mouthful. You can't chew it up enough. You just got to get it through your head. It's not about winning or losing anymore. It's about how much do you want to lose? How much are you able to lose? You're almost at flush, girl. You're almost at zero. You want to lose it all? Hey, that's what you want to do it. You're almost there. But the less you have to rebuild.
Is that those people, it's Gore World, right, who judges and thinks that way. But the reactors in Gore World are all fugly. So it's like,
we are? We are. Wait a minute. We are? We're fugly. I mean, I'm no beauty queen. I'll be the first to admit that. I'm just sitting here in a t-shirt and sweatpants and, hanging out. I ain't got no makeup on, don't care. I'm 54 years old. I'm past the point of caring. You understand? When you get to be in your 40s and 50s, you don't care what people think about you. What you care about is what makes you happy. And if you're comfortable with yourself, if you're comfortable in your own skin, that's good enough. Like I am what I am. I'm not here to impress nobody. This is not a beauty pageant. And I've seen the other reactors in Girl World. There's a lot of very attractive reactors in Girl World. But even if we're not, who gives a crap? We're just here giving our opinions. We can do that with our voice. It's not about our face card. It's about our voice, our opinions. And Chantal, you take off the filters, girl. Take them off. Let's see what you really look like, okay? I bet you won't. I bet you will not.
How would you have the right to judge me as not being conventionally beautiful and no man wanted me when, like, hello, get a fucking mirror.
Chantal, as far as your looks are your looks. Your looks, we don't care how you look. I don't care how you look. You can look however you want to look. You want to have pink hair and paint yourself with green paint and run down the street and sing Yankee Doodle Dandy? You go at it, girl. If you love it, I love it for you. We don't care how you look. It's about your attitude. You got a stank attitude. It's about what you're doing on YouTube. It's about the fact that you're getting on YouTube and you're grifting money from people. Crying poor when you probably make more money on YouTube than the people in your audience. And that's just foul. To sit there and have enough money and you're in not any real need. You just have a lot of want. Like what you're using your YouTube channel for, like just enabling you and all of your nasty habits. It's not about your size. It's about who you are as a person and how you're conducting yourself. And you know that, though.
Sorry, but sometimes it just feels so good saying the F word. He would not be happy in Canada.
Oh, yes, he would. He wouldn't be happy in Canada. How do you know that? You can't say that. Why don't you take him there and let's see how that plays out?
Are you kidding? Do you know how many dudes have messaged me since the minute I
Oh God, here we go. Do you know how many guys have messaged me for what? Why would a guy message you? I thought you weren't supposed to be talking to other guys.
They heard I was separating. I don't know where they came from, but
yeah, I know where they came from. It's the feedies. Some of your feedies might be contacting you. I mean, we did see how Anime Sucks propositioned you. You want to be with that pervert? He wants a piece of that. Why don't you go for him? He looks like Natter.
Thanks, Tara. Do they have someone waiting?
Always got to act like so many guys are chasing her. So many guys want her. Sure.
In the wings? I don't know. Whatever. It's not my business. But he says he's like I'm tired. Like he's like why do you think I would remarry right away? I would just been married to you for 3 years. Like I'm not even thinking about that.
He's telling you what you want to hear. You are a powder keg, Chantal, a 550-pound powder keg with a short fuse. And he's waiting for you to go back to Canada. And all he's trying to do right now is pacify you like a baby so you don't blow up. You don't have a temper tantrum. You don't destroy anything in the house. He's trying to keep you quiet. You know, the same way that your family did when you were growing up, like they put you in front of the TV and give you some food. He's coddling you, you know, to make the waiting time a little bit easier to deal with.
He gets mad when I bring that up. Real men don't care about appearance.
That's not entirely true. I mean, if you're looking for a life partner, you want to be attracted to them. If you're going to feel like a bond with them, right? Things in common, but you want to be attracted to your partner because, you know, you're going to forsake everybody else. You want to make sure they turn you on.
His family, the arranged marriage type. Yep. Yeah, they are. So, which fine, that's his culture. I don't think he wasn't prepared for what he would have been like here. He's different here. Yeah, I'm sure he'll still message me every single day.
That's what you're hoping. But if you get back to Canada and the moment that you can't get in touch with him, he misses a phone call, he doesn't answer a text, you're going to lose your mind.
The cows in Girl World definitely say that. Yeah, but has a nerve telling you.
You know what you know what I hope? I hope when she goes back to Canada and she tries to make a phone call, he answers the phone and he says, "Don't talk to me." And hangs up. That'd be great.
What your level is. Yeah, okay. Like her words mean anything other than the shit in the toilet bowl. His family puts a lot of yeah, I feel like, I don't know. At the same time, they're very loving, like, towards me, you know, like. Technically for counterfeit, but he won't. No, Elvira. And why, number 3? Why is that anyone's fucking business?
Ooh, spicy again.
Yeah, Mark, do you have $5,000?
For what? $5,000 for what? I wish the chat was in here, but I'm so grateful that Malarkey Meter got this slide before it was deleted.
Read me's. Haters in the chat. Anytime you talk positively about yourself, that pisses them off and they come out like roaches. It's true. A compound. No, not really, but I don't know. He wants to, you know, start his business here, make a life here, so yeah. They can't stand a overweight woman having confidence. I know.
Ugh. She doesn't have confidence, though. If Chantal were a confident woman, you know, size really doesn't really play into it here. If she were just a woman with confidence, would she be as clingy and possessive and controlling? And he's got to be on FaceTime with her when he leaves the house. Is that the sign of a confident woman? No. That is a sign of somebody who's very insecure, jealous, has abandonment issues, and they're afraid of loss so much that the only way they feel secure is if they keep a chain around the ankle of the person that they're controlling and that they're targeting. She is not confident at all.
That's their problem. They can stay mad. Stay
Who's mad?
mad and kiss my ass. No one cares. Yeah. No, I didn't pay for renovations on the house. Can you guys really decide if I'm broke or not? Because if I've been paying for everything. Also, how did he pay for his life before he met me?
Well, Allah did tell us that in the beginning, Salah did have a job. He was working with Allah, and he quit his job. So he had a little apartment, he had a car, and he had a job. And then he met you and then gave up his job to take care of you full time.
And why, number 3? Why is that anyone's fucking business?
Why is it anyone's business? Well, it has to do with what you told us about Salah. Remember what you told us, Chantal? You said that Salah was a very successful businessman. That's what you said. You said he's very successful. He makes his own money. He makes so much money that I could quit YouTube if I wanted to. I wouldn't have to do YouTube anymore. So you talked him up a lot. And then when you got to Kuwait and we saw his place, it didn't match what you told us. Now, if you had told us, yeah, he's a simple guy and he lives in a simple way, and then we saw his place, nobody would have had anything to say. But you embellished on him so much and you lied so much that when we saw the truth, it was a bit shocking.
Yeah, Mark, do you have $5,000?
For what?
I need money.
Well, go get the money yourself then if you need it. Why are you asking people for $5,000? They've already given you a bunch of money. You should have $5,000 in your pocket right now. You've been there for how long? Not paying rent? Where's your money been going? If I were one of your beezers, AKA investors, that's the question that I would be asking you. Where's all your money going? If you're not paying rent, if you're not paying bills, you're not paying a car payment, where's your money going? Where'd it go? How much do you have left?
Sent to my PayPal.
Nope.
Tyson chicken nuggets.
Even if somebody sent you $5,000, you said you're not going to leave until November. Does anybody out there believe that Chantal has money in pocket and she has the ability to hold on to it and to save it for her trip to Canada? Because I don't. Money burns a hole in her pocket. She has it, she's going to spend it. So whatever she got sent, it's already spent.
Hey, Mandinga, thank you. How is his life bare bones? He had a lot more than most people. People didn't fucking know him. He had his own apartment. What do you want him to have, a palace? He's like a single guy.
And this is the part where I call you a hypocrite. So, because you are sticking up for Salah for living in a simple way. That he had a simple apartment and he had a car. Nothing wrong with that. So you like Salah and you're defending him and saying he just had a little humble place and a car. And yet, aren't you the same individual that you were going after FFG, insinuating that she lived in a Motel 6? You know, the way you talked about it, like living in the Motel 6 is the worst thing possible. You were talking about other people's dwellings, looking down your nose at how other people lived. So aren't you a two-faced wench? For the guy that you like, you'll stick up for them if they live in a more simple way. But anybody else that might live in the same way or not, that's just beneath you. You're a hypocrite. You are a hypocrite.
He's an expat single guy.
And
who cares what he has anyways? Does that make him less of a person? I know, YouTube lover. These people are fucking demented.
Yeah, well, you were over there talking about Motel 6s and she sheds and looking down your nose at people and making fun of how they lived. But for Salah gets a pass, get out of here.
He bought his own car cash. Who cares if it's an older car? It was still pretty nice. Like, get a life. I scammed you. People shouldn't judge others on their lifestyles. I mean, I don't really know what their fucking point is. I really don't. He had his business, an apartment, and a car. When he met me, he had a business, an apartment, and a car.
And lost all of them because of you.
And we moved up because we needed more room. He lived in a fucking bachelor. When you get married, you move into a bigger place. That's normal. And if he didn't have a money and a job, he wouldn't have been able to get an apartment.
He used your money. You were the one who paid for the rent. It wasn't him. It's obvious that it wasn't him because you're a full-time job, Foodie. Running around town at all hours for food deliveries and taking you to do couples channel stuff. That's a full-time job. How in the world could he work a regular job and do all that? How stupid do you think the audience is?
Or the cherry. You need to have good income, decent income for that. At least livable income.
Yeah, and that's why you transferred some of your income over to him so he can get the sherry.
I never said he was rich.
You did say that. Actually, you kind of insinuated that. Oh, he was so successful that he could support you too. And you're not exactly a cheap person to know.
They literally do teardrop. People saying he wanted to go to Canada. Yeah, exactly. especially after like I only like, you know, because of like certain situations, I wasn't eligible to bring him right away. But that's okay. The process takes a while.
I think that before you left Canada, you knew that you couldn't help him. You knew about your bankruptcy. You've known all this time. You've known about your money troubles, but you lied to him and you gave the impression that you're going to take him to Canada. And you also knew it would take a while for him to figure that out. In the meantime, you had a free pass to stay in Kuwait until he finally figured it out. It took a while. I'm sure that you made excuse after excuse after excuse until finally he figured it out and then just gave up.
But now that I am very close, he doesn't want to go.
Yeah, well, he changed gears. He went to Syria and thought, I could go to Canada with Foodie, maybe. Not that she can get him there. But if he went to Canada with Foodie for real, what would he be signing up for? Door number one, he goes to Canada with Chantal. And she's a tyrant. Like he can't make a move. He can't use the bathroom. He can't go to the store without her harping on him. He'd be treated like a slave, like a servant. Having to stay right next to her, not able to go anywhere, not able to talk to anybody without her approval. He would get kind of the same experience in Canada that he had with her already in Thailand. He couldn't do anything alone in Thailand. She doesn't allow people to have fun. She's a happiness hater. So it was like door number one, maybe go to Canada with Chantal, if that's even possible. But if it is possible, he's going to be unhappy dealing with her all the time. Or door number two, stay in Syria with the family. Put money into the house for the family. Figure things out in Syria. He chose the right door.
Like
the door without her behind it.
Oh well. Yeah. So, and I can't stay here because I can't like don't know.
You can't stay there because you're a tourist. You gotta go. It's as simple as that. You gotta go. You are not a resident. You're not a native citizen. You gotta go. You've overstayed your welcome already. I'm sure the family is eager to see you out the door.
It's very restrictive in ways that I don't know how to explain it. I feel ungrateful saying that, but imagine shaming your viewers' poverty. You've never heard the F in it, right? They never admit when they're wrong. Just seamlessly move on to the next conspiracy theory. Their lives are depressing. Heidi, yeah, they are. Scylla has done amazingly well, especially given the pressures. Thank you. Hey, Kens. One of your haters mentioned wanting to become a therapist. Excuse me, but is the perfect representation of therapy gone bad? Don't let the bastards get you down. No, they don't. I'm just trying to point out, love and a roof isn't enough. No, it's not everything. It only rained once here. Chicken 65 and 15 millimeter. No, Elvira. I can't. Oh my god. You're not even gonna ever be able to see it. I'm glad I don't know. Who's coming here to flirt with Salah? What? No one comes here flirting. TV sucks. Whatever. There was a time that would not even be fathomable for me, but clothing hauls, yes. It is exhausting, Angelfly. A road can grow flowers for miles, and even when it splits, to go different do. Yeah, I think I'm more insecure, than even his family. His family is so nice to me.
Okay, everybody pin that. Everybody pin that. So she's made the comment that Salah has never hurt her. Now she's saying the family has been really, really nice to her. Everybody pin that. Everybody make a note of it. Salah has never hurt her, and the family has been nice to her. Make a note of this stream. Take a note of the date. Because when Chantal gets back to Canada, and if she tries to spin this narrative of DV or the family was hateful to her and Salah was abusive, we can call BS. Because out of her own mouth, she's saying right here, oh, he's never hurt me and the family's been so nice. Okay, we're going to hold you to that.
It's just their nature. Voodoo donuts? Donuts. My bed smells like the ham wraps. I just went into the room to get my charger. Oh. Really? I don't have any muscle probably then. Lady J, that's a bottle of water at the wire part. Not with the lounge access. Hey, Nubby. Make shisha and bees longer. Hey, Shauna. Yes, I am. Thank you. 7 pounds, 11 ounces right here. And I still identify as such. Didn't take money from me. What money?
Oh, she get mad again.
What? I gave him a flat amount? What?
Yep, you sure did. $9,000. You don't remember, Chantal? You sent Salah $9,000.
What are you even talking about?
And yet, that's what they're talking about. Before you came to Kuwait, you sent Salah $9,000.
In my opinion, it's nobody's business where the money comes from, Chantal.
There she goes on the defensive. It's nobody's business where the money came from. But you sent it to him.
Just because you're on the internet doesn't mean everyone has to know. Exactly. And literally, just because, like, idiotic... Yeah, it was Allah, the fat loser.
Yeah, Allah told all the business. And he let it out that this whole thing between Salah and Foodie has always been a contract, that Chantal sent Salah $9,000 as part of the contract. And he also told Foodie that when she went home to Canada, he said Salah will be fine. Give him about a month, he'll be fine. He'll move on. Chantal tries to paint this picture that Salah will fall apart without her, but the opposite is true. She'll fall apart without him.
The fat frog, fat liar loser who came up with a random number 9K. Like, what? Oh my god, the internet sucks. Christ, why do people care? I know. Sorry, Scary Carrie. Where did I bring my all of my financial business? Where?
You know what, Chantal? A lot of this would have been avoided if you'd just been honest. I mean, it's your money. If you want to find someone and pay them for companionship, and if you had just been honest about it and said, look, like I want to go to Kuwait, or I want to go to Syria, and I'm paying this person to be my companion and my assistant. If you had just been honest about it versus trying to put off this fake phony image of being a married woman and saying that the two of you are in love. I mean, that's everybody's got a problem with that. Nobody likes someone who lies to them. You want to pay someone for companionship? Just say it. I'm paying this person for companionship or to be on YouTube with me. It's your money. But you always gotta lie when you don't have to.
How's the math not mathing, Alana? Maybe your bad bleach job is the problem.
Uh-oh, going after somebody's hair.
See ya. Lay off the cheap bleach, lady. The fuck? What math? If you're doing math about our personal finances, that's your fucking problem. So what if
She hates it when people ask her questions, especially questions relating to her past. Like she tries to avoid certain things in her past, like the whole thing, like she gave Salah the money. Like she's counting on the fact that the new Beezers don't know about certain things. She's counting on you guys to be stupid and not know these things. So if you don't know these things, you're not asking the questions.
I ask for 10K in donations? So just because he can pay the bills, Naughty Box, just because he can pay the bills, I just finished saying he just bought a 11K friggin' car. He pays bills and like doesn't mean he's rich. He can.
Chantal, listen, there is no way, and I mean no way, that Salah is paying for everything for the two of you. And you can call me a big old meanie head. I don't care. But to make enough to support the two of you, impossible. Especially you. I remember back in Canada, somebody asked you how much you spend on food a month. Your answer, about $4,000. $4,000 a month for one person. And you've gotten even bigger. Even if Salah worked 3 jobs back to back with no sleep, there's no way that he could come up with that amount of money to keep you fed and pay the bills and take care of himself. So the money must be coming from you.
Afford to live. That's basically it. So he needs to pay for his own fucking life here and fix his house. He doesn't have 10K to give me. Okay, so does that make any sense to you now? That's a lot of money to ask people.
Hey Chantal, like you're best buddies with Amberlyn Reed. Why don't you go to Amber and ask her for the money? You know, she's a YouTuber too, and the two of you are best buddies. Why don't you ask your best YouTuber buddy to give you some money? You know, since you guys are besties. I mean, Amber might have 10K in pocket right now. Why isn't she helping you? Why isn't she throwing you $1,000 or $2,000 or $5,000? She's got it. That's really weird. How you're best buddies with Amber Lynn and she's got money and she's not giving you any to get you back home.
It's nothing compared to what some people ask on here. I explain what it's for. And actually, I don't owe anyone an explanation. If you don't want to donate and you think it's for bullshit, don't fucking donate then.
I'm not going to be one to tell people what to do with their money. Everybody's got to make that decision. But if it were me, and this is just some advice, Beezers, you don't have to listen to me. But honestly, if it were me, my advice, I wouldn't be giving her anything else. And let me tell you why. Because Foodie is the kind of person that once she gets into a place, once she gets comfortable, if she gets really comfortable, she doesn't want to leave. She's lazy. And once she establishes herself, she doesn't want to leave her little nest. As long as she's getting money from you Beezers, she's not going to leave. She's going to stay there as long as she possibly can and keep talking crap about, I'm going to move, I'm going to move, I'm going to move. But she's not going to move as long as she's continuing to get money from you guys. If there's any chance of her moving, maybe turn off the money tap so the money's not flowing out. Maybe put off the impression, we're not going to give you any more money until you go back to Canada, because then we're going to know that change is possible. But as long as you're in Syria, change is not possible. Like right now, she's stagnant. She's not moving. She's not trying to move. She's not putting things in play. The gears aren't turning. So cut off the money tap. Let there be a silent message of, you want our money? then get your butt back in Canada and do some of the things that you promised. Get a place, get on the road, do some great content, because that's what you promised us. The Beezers that have already put their money in, they've already invested in her content and invested in her. Maybe they should be seeing a return on their money, a return on their investment. And until they see a return on their investment, there's really no reason to invest any further. That's how you do good business. You check out the business. If it looks good, you invest in it. If it looks bad, you don't invest in it. But if you invest in a business and you don't realize it was bad, but then you find out it was bad later, you don't put any more money in. You leave it alone.
You didn't even give $1.
She likes to use that defense. Oh, you didn't give me any money, so who are you to talk? You don't have to be scammed or give someone money to find people being scammed or someone who's a scammer offensive. Nobody likes to be scammed. Nobody likes to be lied to. That's all she does is scam and lie and hurt people. And that is offensive. And you don't have to be scammed or give money to somebody to have an opinion.
It's none of your business who supports me, naughty box. None of your fucking business. It's not sassy, it's common sense. People are being stupid and invasive. I know, pathetic and nosy.
You know what, Chantal, if you don't want people to be invasive in your business, then don't ask them to invest in your business. You want to stick your hand out? You want to take their money? But the moment they start noticing things and pointing things out, that's invasive. They start asking questions. If you handled your business, then you wouldn't have to deal with the questions now, would you?
Seriously. Okay, go pay your bills. Did I ask you for a dime, naughty box? Did I ask you for anything? They're not asking for a clarification. They're asking for stuff that's not their business. Just because I asked for help doesn't mean I need to give you a big detailed financial explanation.
Actually, you do. If you're asking for thousands of dollars, you should have everything outlined point by point by point about how much money you have, where it's going, who you've talked to, how much this and that is going to cost. You should have an itemized list of breaking down how much money you have and where it's going to go and when.
Not your business. If you don't want to donate and you don't think I need it, then don't. You know, that's it.
I'm telling you, Beezers, that PayPal money is gone. Do you hear me? It's gone. Bye-bye. She should have at least 5 or 6K right now in bank. She's had one YouTube paycheck. She's going to get another one. If each of her checks is like, let's just say, let's throw away the PayPal money and just pretend like she never got anything, even though it was nearly $1,000. She just got a PayPal check, a YouTube check on the 22nd of September. She's going to get another one on the 22nd of October. Each of her YouTube checks is between let's just say $3,000. So just between two checks, that's $6,000. That's not counting everything else you guys have sent her. So why is she continuing to ask for your freaking money?
Do you ever pay for some form of entertainment? The entertainment is the personality. There you go. Just because you're getting by doesn't mean you have extra for other things. Doesn't mean he has like 10,000 just to give me after just buying a car, fixing his house, paying for all kinds of stuff. Like, the thing is, I don't have to itemize where the money's going.
Yes, you do. If you're asking for other people's money, yes, you do. Even if somebody walks up to a person and says, "Can I borrow $50?" The person that they're wanting to borrow from has the perfect right to say, "Well, what do you need it for?" I mean, because it's somebody else's money. They have the right to know, like, what do you need it for? And the person asking the question is not being invasive. $50 is a lot of money. They have the right to ask, like, what do you need it for? And if you can't give a good answer, then you're probably not going to get the money. But you should be able to explain exactly why you need that money.
Yes, I can jump down your throat for being nosy if I want to. If you don't feel completely comfortable donating, then don't. Fucking simple. Hey, Wanda. Hi.
You are just being a see you next Tuesday.
I was asking about you the other day. I'm just telling off people.
And I did hear something about her favorite contributor, Wanda. That Wanda was giving a tremendous amount of money, and Wanda has kind of slowed down with the amounts in donations. And that could be for a few reasons. I heard that Wanda got doxxed on the farms. I don't know if that had anything to do with it, if it freaked her out. But I think Wanda gave a whole lot of money up front, but maybe she's low on funds right now. Maybe the feeling is, hey, I gave you a whole lot of money up front, Chantal, but either A, I don't have it to give right now, or B, I'm waiting for something to happen before I give more.
Like, you know, it's none of your business why I'm asking for donations. Obviously, I need it. You don't need to know why. Obviously, if people are asking, they need it, right? Does that mean I have to give you an itemized detail list of every fucking expenditure?
Yep, sure do. Sure do.
It's not your business.
It is when you ask for other people's money.
Yeah, I just made it make sense for you. If you can't comprehend that, then you're fucking stupid. It's not my problem.
You know, I'm just going to throw some logic out there. Let's take Chantal out of the equation. If there's somebody in the world that they are needing a home and they really need help and they have to approach people for help. They say, I need a home. I need $5,000. Other people say, well, why do you need $5,000? I'm sure that person who needs a home, still wanting the help, would have no problem explaining why they need that money. Maybe providing receipts or giving a phone number or a name of a person that they might be renting from. They can go down the list of things that they need and verify everything. Absolutely everything. When you're in need, you're in true need, you'll take the help that's offered. You'll research all your options and you'll take what you can get with a smile on your face. Chantal has options she's not looking at or she doesn't want to look at because it's not up to her ego standard. And honestly, like I said, she's in Syria. She's not paying rent. She's not paying bills. Why does she need the money? Her YouTube paychecks should cover her expenses in Syria. I mean, she herself has said that Syria, it's a war-torn country. So everything is on the cheaper side. So that means her YouTube check should cover her expenses there. Right? Right. And should have plenty of money left over. So if she's not going anywhere and she's not traveling and she's not going to be traveling until November, she doesn't need the donations right now. Because all she's going to do is eat her way through them.
Even if I don't need the money and I want to ask for it, I have a right to do that.
What? Oh, no, you didn't. What?
Here. I explain what it's for. And actually, I don't owe anyone an explanation. If you don't want to donate and you think it's for bullshit, don't fucking donate then. You didn't even give $1. It's none of your business who supports me, naughty box.
See, Chantal is nice to people that give her money and nasty to people who don't. See how that works? Narcissists, when they need you, oh, they're your best friend. You have value when you've got something of value that they can take from you or that you can give them. But if you're someone that you're a little bit wiser than most and you recognize the person in front of you is a narcissist and a user and a scammer and a liar, and you say, no, I am blocking you from using me. I'm not going to give you any money. I'm not going to give you access to my resources. They get nasty in a hurry. When they need you, they love you. When you got nothing to give and nothing for them to take, they get nasty.
None of your fucking business. It's not sassy, it's common sense. People are being stupid and invasive. I know, pathetic and nosy. Seriously. Okay, go pay your bills. Did I ask you for a dime, naughty box? Did I ask you for anything? They're not asking for a clarification.
You didn't ask this person specifically for anything, but what you're doing right now is you're casting a very wide net, hoping to catch some fish. You're putting your business out there on Front Street on YouTube, hoping that by casting a wide net that somebody somewhere will send you money.
Asking for stuff that's not their business. Just because I ask for help doesn't mean I need to give you a big detailed financial explanation. It's not your business. If you don't want to donate and you don't think I need it, then don't. You know, that's it.
She don't need it. I'm going to say it again. She doesn't need anybody's money. She doesn't. So don't believe her bullshit, Beezers. She doesn't need your money. She just wants your money. And if she's stupid and she spends her money on nonsense, that's her problem. Not y'all's. She's not a child. She's a 41-year-old woman. She should be taking care of her doggone self. And she's never going to learn to take care of herself as long as you guys coddle her. And you've been coddling her and enabling her. Stop it. It's time for her to grow up.
Do you ever pay for some form of entertainment? The entertainment is the personality. There you go. Just because you're getting by doesn't mean you have extra for other things. Doesn't mean he has like 10,000 just to give me after just buying a car, fixing his house, paying for all kinds of stuff. Like, the thing is, I don't have to itemize where the money's going. Yes, I can jump down your throat for being nosy if I want to. If you don't feel completely comfortable donating, then don't. Fucking simple. Hey, Wanda. Hi. I was asking about you the other day.
See how this person who's like asking questions, they get criticized and they get put down. But the moment that Wanda comes in the room, hi, Wanda, how are you? See what I mean? You give her money, she's as nice as pie to you. You don't give her money, she's a mean, nasty witch.
I'm just telling off people.
Yeah, because they're not stupid. They're not giving you money.
Like, you know, it's none of your business why I'm asking for donations. Obviously, I need it. You don't need to know why. Obviously, if people are asking, they need it, right? Does that mean I have to give you an itemized detail list of every fucking expenditure? Mm-hmm. It's not your business. Yeah, I just made it make sense for you. If you can't comprehend that, then you're fucking stupid. It's not my problem. Even if I don't need the money and I want to ask for it, I have a right to do that. People have a right to help or not.
Why would she make that comment? Even if I don't need the money, I have a right to ask for it. Either you need it or you don't. And if you don't need it, you really shouldn't be asking for it.
Doesn't make me a scammer.
Yep, sure. Yes, it does. If you're going to people and saying, if you wanted to do like a thing and say, donate for no reason, and then people wanted to donate for no reason, that'd be another thing. But your angle lately is, I want to go home to Canada, and you're gassing everybody up. You're rizzing them up and say, I'm going to go home to Canada and I'm going to scooter bees and I'm going to get a place and to show you guys Canada and we're going to party together. You are gassing everybody up. And you're telling people, invest in great content, allegedly great content. When I go home to Canada, all of you nostalgia people that you're longing for the old Chantal, you're going to see her again. So help get me there faster so I can show you the old Chantal when there's no guarantee that she'll even show up. Still, all those people that are bored with this Middle Eastern content of you being in Syria and Kuwait and just eating and being boring that are like, we want a different change of scenery. We want to see you be yourself. You're saying invest in this content. Invest in it. Invest in me. When anybody's been around you for 5 minutes knows that any money invested in you is money wasted. Because you will not hold to your promises.
Like, I need mozzarella sticks, exactly. I need dashies.
There you go. Told you. That's where your money's going.
I need 10 grand for nashies. Oh, cool. Hope you had a good time, Wanda. Business trips. I love traveling for business. That's what I consider YouTube. Like traveling. It's also a job.
You suck at your job. And if you're working your job and you're getting paid from your job, and at the same time you're working on your job and getting paid from your job, you're begging from people, obviously you suck at your job and you should be fired.
I don't donate because I already pay for it. And there you go. And I appreciate that, ECP. You know?
I mean, that's just crazy work. To sit there and have a job and get paid well from your job. And even though you're getting paid well from your job, you're begging from people at your job.
I just hate that negative shit. Like, get out of here. Always assuming the worst, always trying to bring the vibe down, being invasive. Like, why should I explain Salah's finances to you just because I'm asking if you want to help with something? Like, that's so ridiculous. Hey, page 22. You're a fucking loser as well.
Ooh.
And I'm not. So stupid. Jan, why is it anyone's business? Seriously, why is it anyone's business? That's what I'm saying.
Because you opened up the floor and said, I want your money?
Like, just fuck off. Looking up every fucking detail of everyone's life on here. Like, how are you not embarrassed to be alive, like, being like that? You try to treat Squeepcoat? The ugly swordfish. It is. Especially being out of it and then looking at how he... Ugh. Questions are fine. It's okay not to know something. But she answers the question, you come back with another question or something Reaction Channel said that makes you a troll. Yes. Mm-hmm. Planet Granola. Go fuck a hugging tree and get out of here. Loser. You're inside.
Dang, you know what? I am salty. I am salty that she took this down because I would have loved to see what the chat looked like. But I am grateful to Malarkey Meter for having this copy up. Thank you, Malarkey Meter, yet again. But doggone it, I want to see the doggone chat.
Insufferable. What are you doing here then? You have nothing better to do?
See, this is old classic Foodie right here. She loves this. She loves getting in the chat and acting like a snotty, entitled cheerleader. She loves it. She loves being nasty to people. It gets her off.
Go make a granola bar and fucking get out of here. Idiot. Planet Granola. You just know what kind of person they are. Do you have any gluten-free donuts? You don't belong here. See ya.
You know what makes it more hilarious, Chantal? That you try so hard to roast people. You try to burn them, and yet it's so lame. You have this entitled, conceited attitude. Like, I'm going to burn you, and I'm going to put you down, you big old meanie head.
Rosemary's. The comments were wild. They make you lose brain cells. They don't like you but come in here to watch. Yeah. They hate on someone that doesn't even know who they are. Whatsoever. It's weird. Spot on, Anna. I know I'm good at this.
No, you're not.
She'll be coming around the mountain when she comes.
Yeah, Chantal, can I ask a question? A while back, you talked about doing a reaction channel, like Foodie Reacts Back, right? Remember you said that you were going to do reactions to the reactors. What happened? We were all waiting for that to happen. It would have been a good time for you and for us. You denied us a party. Why didn't you follow through with that?
Should be writing 6 might be.
I mean, I'm so disappointed. I am so disappointed.
She Oh, really, Angel Fly? Bitch today, and what's your point? You think you're friggin' like, and everyone's hot all the time?
Woo, boy, she was just mean today, wasn't she? Like this is why I got past all of the poop talk and the vomit talk. It's like, who cares? Like I'm okay with this. Go ahead, Chantal.
I don't care. The thing what that little girl has gone through, yeah. If they still talk about Sasa to this day, it's manic, right? It's so odd. We know the money. Yeah, exactly. Thanks, Pajami. Obviously, I'm moving, so that's where the money's going. It's expensive to move. It doesn't take. You don't even need receipts to see that. It's expensive to move, you know?
Yeah, it is. But how many people have told you go to an extended stay motel? No security deposit required, no first and last month's rent, fully furnished. A lot of extended stay motels have laundry rooms and free breakfast. I mean, what else do you need? Stop acting like you don't have enough money to go. You can go. You just don't want to go because you want to go in style. You don't deserve style. You gave up all of your stuff. You gave up your furniture. You gave up the villa. So you're back at the starting line and you got to start from square one. Get over it.
Oh well. What? Hey, Saber. Pete sells best face cream. The company is, yeah. Going visit family. And just be. The problem is, you know, maybe we should be like I admire modesty, you know, I do. It's just like, you know. Oh man, I haven't watched in a while. Judgmental Pacey. Shout Studios? Is that on YouTube? Oh,
You know what? She's just babbling. And this react is already at 2 hours. So we're done. We are done. And I hope you guys have enjoyed this react. I got to go see what else Chantal might have been doing while I've been busy with this. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this react. If you have, please like and subscribe and leave a comment. Thank you so much for being here, and I appreciate it very much. And again, special thanks to Malarkey Meter for capturing the deleted live. Thank you, Malarkey Meter. You're awesome. All right, everyone be well, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Until then, take care of yourselves and each other. Bye.